right, Coach. From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah.
Okay, Coach. Well, from a place that's officially been recognized as the loudest venue in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium right here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a guy coming off a strong rookie season, Gus Edwards. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Go.
Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes completes it to Hardman. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Hardman, the second-round pick out of Georgia, really showcased his speed at the Combine, running a 4.3 340, and should help give Patrick Mahomes another versatile playmaker to work with at the receiver position.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Bravo! Watch the curl! Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. I got it. Hey, check Mike.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down, and he fires one, but incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13.
Man, that's trash. That's trash. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Time to go night-night.
From the gun, Jackson. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Come on, let's go. Watch twist.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to air one out. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
They go play action now. Jackson. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards. First down. So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. Here's Jones. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming. Yo, Mike 50, Mike 50. You got nothing, bro. You got nothing. Mike 50.
Now it's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Undercross, undercross, undercross. But hey, 33. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Hey, check Mike. Okay. Check up. I got you.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
At their 49-yard line.
I'm coming.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Go. Check. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's go now. Pittsburgh. Pick it up. Pick it up. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Get the ball. Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Go. Hey, check. Mike 50. Mike 50. I'm coming.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 11-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. We're scoreless after 1. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
They complete it to Hill. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And taken right on the 30. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Chiefs' 45-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right, and that's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end.
On the delay, Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. This complete to Jones. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to sling this. It got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 82 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
I got you. I got you.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it first and goal to go. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. LaShawn McCoy hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our... Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Let's go.
Jackson now to throw again. And that's complete to Adams. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
And a Packer first down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's Jackson to throw. It's caught here by Adams. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Again, Jackson. Dancing to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
You know what?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Mahomes going to throw. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now here's Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Mike 50. Mike 50. Hey, we got to Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, let's get off the field.
From the gun, Jackson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
And the blitz does come. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. You got motion there. You got motion there right there. And 57.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Yellow. Yellow. Watch the twist. Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Check 43, 15. Check. Attack.
First carry now for the backup, LaShawn McCoy. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
At their own 46-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Let's put him on the buses. That's it.
Operating from the gun. Jackson open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
First down, Packers.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Jackson. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. We're back now in KC. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, and he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here's Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. Well, he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield and try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. 27 yards there, a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Check 33. Check, 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 check. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. It's a problem. Mike, check 33. 33. Hey, check.
On 2nd and goal. Jackson, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jimmy Graham, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, complete. It's Wells. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Now a draw play. This is McCoy. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big pickup of 38. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Edwards. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Again, it'll be Edwards. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. They'll try and run. Edwards. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now here's a timeout as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this?
And he scores! No flags anywhere, and they return it to the house to win the game.
A return!
This one is going to sting for a while. I mean, how do you let that happen defensively? One stop. I know that it's easy to say that from the booth, but
it is.
How do you let that happen, partner?
That's one of those where sometimes you get over